I have been monetized on YouTube now for 60 days. It doesn't even seem like it's been that long, but here we are. And today I am taking you behind the scenes and I am sharing with you all the analytics in my YouTube studio, including how much YouTube paid me. Hey, it's Tammy, Crafty Mompreneur. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I have officially been monetized on YouTube for 60 days today, and it's that time of the month. Not that time of the month. It's the time of the month when I share with you where I'm at with how much I've made on YouTube and just give you kind of the behind the scenes look at what's going on with my channel. I have not seen very many people in the crafting community, specifically the crochet community, that shares these kind of monthly updates, nor did I ever see anyone share their journey to getting their channel monetized. So that was the reason why I started on this journey. And so today I'm gonna give you just a little bit of background about my story and how I started on YouTube. And I'm going to just dive right into the specifics of my analytics in the YouTube studio. At the end, I'm just gonna kind of share with you some things that I think I have done that maybe have helped my channel grow and give you a little bit of hope that if you are starting a YouTube channel, or if you have been considering it, or maybe if you are someone who's currently on YouTube, maybe some of those tips will help you on your journey. That is what's up for today's video. So let's just dive right in. Prior to YouTube, you would have found me as a stay-at-home mom who had left her corporate job and was raising my two daughters while my husband worked a full-time job. And that was always our plan from the beginning. Prior to that, I had done what people do. I went to college, I got a degree, I worked in the corporate world in marketing and advertising, and then in human resources for 8 years before I got married and we decided to start a family. So once I became a mom, then I got to be a stay-at-home mom, for which I am forever grateful. But as things change, like they always do, I found myself needing to make some extra money. Also wanted to be able to connect with other people because sometimes being a stay-at-home mom can be a little lonely. I turned to Etsy, and I originally was making and selling things on Etsy. And then I dove into network marketing, and I started that in 2008, but was using the products since 2002. So I was a loyal customer before I became a distributor. October 1st, we got the news that that network marketing company was no longer going to be a network marketing company. You can check out this video for that story. Prior to that announcement, I had been mainly focusing on doing markets with my daughters because I realized that time was short. I wanted to be able to spend as much time with my daughters as possible. So we started doing markets together. I got back into sewing, and then I got into crocheting. Since 2019, that's primarily what I have been doing. I've always been like a crafty girl at heart. I mean, people knew me as that crafty mom. I had always wanted to find a way to make money with crafting. I've had a YouTube channel for a long time, but it was a different channel and I mainly used it for my network marketing company. My husband and I were watching YouTube. After seeing a video with Jen at Silver and Soul, I was like, maybe I should start a YouTube channel. And I had never really thought about starting a YouTube channel before. And I just decided one day on a whim in August of this year to be like, I'm gonna build a YouTube channel. And so I did, and I committed. And on August 29th, I made a commitment and I started with this video right here. That was my first upload. This channel had one video on it when I started, and it was from a business that we were gonna do several years ago. The one video had like 13,000 views or something from 2018. And so it had been accumulating a lot of views, but it was really an inactive channel, to say the least. Rather than start another Gmail account with another YouTube channel, I just decided to go ahead and use this one. So with that, I was like, well, I wonder, and I started after seeing Silver and Solo, I was like, well, I wonder if I could get monetized on this channel and then I could get paid for the videos that I make. That would be super cool. That was when I set off on that journey on August 29th. By the end of September, I had reached the qualifications to get my channel monetized, and those qualifications that I was striving for was to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within a 365-day period. This channel started with 25 followers, and I think it had 100 and something watch hours on it from that one little video that was still up. At that point, I was like, well, I'm just gonna start with this channel because I'm a little bit ahead of the game with 25 followers and 100 and something watch hours. And away I went. And I decided that I was going to do 3 videos a week. I think I initially was gonna do 2, but then I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do 3 because this is the only thing that I do. I have a full-time job, my kids are grown, like I have the time to do it. Away I went. I did not take a course, I didn't do anything like that. I simply learned from other YouTubers and used skills that I had been developing, who has a bachelor's and a master's degree, who has, I just used all of the knowledge that I had been gathering over the last however many years of my life and kind of applied it to YouTube. I was doing something that I loved because being crafty is just something that I've always been since I was very young, and to be able to share it on a platform and then possibly make, an income by sharing things that I love, it was for me. I got the notification that I was officially monetized and earning money on my videos on October 5th. If you count the days from October 5th until today, it's been 60 days. Now that you kind of have a little bit of a backstory, and that may be a jumbled mess of a story, I think I was more succinct in telling my story on this monetization journey playlist. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna go ahead and take you into the YouTube studio and you can see for yourself how much I've made. Okay, well, I just tried to do a screen share little thing and that did not work. So I'm gonna go with option 2 here on trying to share these analytics. And I'm gonna still have to do some investigating on how to do screen recordings with the little picture here because the options I've tried so far are not working. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have the laptop here and I'm gonna screen record as I talk. And then I think I can jumble them together and be talking and showing the video. That's how I'm gonna do it. That's how I'm gonna try. What I wanna do now is take you through some of the analytics in the YouTube studio. When you're on your YouTube channel, to get to the YouTube studio, you are simply gonna go to the left-hand column, click on the lines, scroll down, and you will see the YouTube studio. You can go to the analytics, and over on the left-hand side, you can see kind of a bar graph, and that's where you're gonna go for analytics. Now, this is gonna pull up all of your analytics for the last 28 days. What I like to do is I like to go to custom and pick on the days that I have been monetized, because right now we are talking about the last 60 days that I have been monetized on YouTube. So I'm going to select August 25th to December 2nd. In that time period from August 25th to December 2nd, I got 252,500 views, 19,900 watch time hours. I've gained 4.8 thousand, so 4,800 and something subscribers, and the revenue that I have earned in the last 60 days of being on YouTube is $1,327.41, which is crazy to me. To think that, 60 days ago, I had basically gotten the news that my income from the network marketing company that I had been building for 15 years was going to be going away at the end of the year. And I kind of went into a little bit of a oh crap, what am I going to do? Because we do, rely on my income, while it's not a full-time income anymore, it is an income. I wanted to find a way to be able to replace that income. I was hopeful that I could do it, before the end of the year. And here we are in December, and I am so close to replacing that income that I don't have any doubts that come January, I will be earning more with YouTube than I was with my network marketing business. What I want to do now is take you through some of the analytics in the YouTube studio and just maybe show you like some videos that are performing well. And so one of the things to look at, if you want to look at the revenue, because if you clicked on this video, you're probably here because you want to dive into the revenue that I've earned. So here's the graph of my income. And you can see right here that Friday, October 4th, I earned nothing. And then October 5th was $21.86. And then it dropped back down to $9.51 on October 8th. And then as you scroll over here, you can see how much daily I was earning. My lowest day was $4.86. And then I got so close to $100. $99.37 was my highest paid day. And you know, you can see that it's trending up a little bit, but it's definitely a highs and lows kind of thing. So this is data processing through the first, so it doesn't include the second actually. But yeah, so that's you know the income that I've earned. And then if you look at the content, you can see that you know, some of the things that I think contributed to my success was that I was very consistent with posting content. I early on decided that I was going to be posting 3 videos a week, and I don't think there was a week that I did not post 3. So if you look down here, there's a breakdown by month. So in November, I was at $964.12. My very first month, I earned $334.62. Then go back. Then it breaks it down by video, like how much you earn by video. Let's go back down here. So over here, the crochet gift guide had the most views. So you guys like it when I share patterns and stuff, because if you're watching those, I've made almost $400 from that video. The crochet pattern guide, 200. So all 3 of my top videos have been where I share the patterns that I love with you guys. And so I, you know, have paid attention to that. And I try and at least once a month come up with another roundup of patterns. And those take a while to, you know, source the patterns. I don't just go and like randomly pick the first one that I see. Like I like to look at the pattern and see if, you know, it's something that I would like, if it was something that I would make. You know, I do research on these patterns and then I provide the links in my description box. So all of that does take time, and you know, it's fun for me because I find patterns that I want to make too. So then as you can see, and I'm not going to go into all the details of how you get paid on these because I personally don't even understand it, but there's a number that the advertisers will pay, and then the YouTube creators get a certain percentage of that. So I'm earning on average $7.34 for every 1,000 views on a video. But again, it varies by video. So this is just the average. And yeah, so that is really the gist of what I was going to share with you guys, because I'm not here to sell you a course on how to build your YouTube channel or anything like that. Like, I personally did not take a course, so I can't recommend one for you. But what I will recommend is that if you are someone who is wanting to grow your YouTube channel, I'm going to share some tips with you of things that I did and what I would, you know, recommend for you guys to do. So let's get into those tips. Like I said before, I am not a YouTube guru. I'm not here to teach you anything about YouTube. I am just sharing on my channel what I did to get monetized. When I decided that I wanted to get monetized, it was very hard for me to find any other in the craft niche who were, sharing their journey to getting monetized. Watch the YouTube videos that were like recommended to me, like, how YouTube recommends videos and then you just watch them. Once I started searching up how to get monetized, it started popping up people to watch, and I would just watch those. And half the time, like, it was different people. But here's what I did. And hopefully these tips will help you if you're on a journey or you want to get monetized. First is make the decision. Like, if it's something that you've been considering, go ahead and just make the decision and draw a line in the sand and say, I'm going to do this. This is something that I think takes me back to way back when you make a public declaration that you're going to do something, you're more likely to stick to it. And so that's why I did that first video where I said, I'm on a journey to get monetized. And I put it out into the YouTube world. Now, I did not put it out to any of my other social media platforms. I think I posted it once in my private group on Facebook that I have. And it's like my crochet group. And never once again, not once. Like, I didn't put it on my Instagram. I didn't put it on my Facebook. I didn't put it anywhere else. And I didn't even tell my friends, and I didn't even show my daughters for a while. So I think I've seen videos where they said not to do that, but I honestly did it because I didn't want anyone to know what I was doing. So maybe don't do that. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe there's something to not posting it out on socials to anyone else. And even to this day, I rarely, if at all, have maybe shared 2 videos out off of this platform. So that's the first thing. So make a declaration that you're going to do it, and then believe that you can do it. Because if there's other people out there having success on YouTube, you totally can do it too. So that's the first thing, is make a public declaration to yourself here on YouTube, not out to the rest of the world, just here on YouTube, and then believe it. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is to make a plan. Now, I'm not going to give you a plan because I'm not a guru, but I'm just going to tell you what I did. And then you can watch other YouTube creators, and then based on the amount of time that you have to commit to YouTube, you can then decide what your plan is going to be, because everybody is different. Like, my situation is completely different from somebody else's situation who works a full-time job and only has a couple hours a week to focus on YouTube. I personally made it my mission this is going to be my full-time thing. I don't have anything else going on. YouTube is my thing. I'm going to be a content creator who also does markets and shows and is crafty and is going to film my craftiness and share it with the world. I bought a YouTube planner. I will link it down in the description box off of Etsy, because I am the kind of person that I need to write stuff down, and I actually have the planner here. I bought the digital planner because I'm trying something new. Anyways, I used that to start planning out my content. I jotted down a whole bunch of different video ideas. I committed to 3 videos a week, which is a lot. And I think my husband thinks that all I ever do is YouTube. I haven't totally neglected all my household duties. I still get up and I still make my daughter's lunch. I still clean the kitchen occasionally. I still make dinner a couple times a week. But my primary thing is YouTube. And so I am treating it like it's a job. And so that kind of ties into something that I learned from my previous experience in network marketing and, doing other things, is that you have to treat YouTube like it's a business and not like it's just a hobby that you do on the side. Now, it doesn't mean that you work at full-time hours, but you approach it as if it was a full-time job, meaning that you're going to have a list of things that you need to do. You got to do those things. I committed to 3 videos a week, so I got to do those things. Now, if it comes out late or whatever, that's fine. Now, if you want something to pay you like a business, you've got to treat it like a business. Otherwise, you're just going to earn hobby income. Now, I don't have a full-time income from YouTube, but I'm going to treat it as if it's my job, because I eventually do want to turn Crafty Mompreneur into a business that pays me a full-time income. Right now, I'm sitting at like $1,300 in 2 months. I'm so grateful for that. And I want to thank every single one of you who watch my videos and watch those ads, because that's what's doing it. It's not costing you anything other than some of your time. And so I really appreciate the time that you guys take to watch my videos. It has helped me to feel passionate again about something that I'm doing. Anyways, I digress. If you can only do 1 video a week, that's fine. Just make sure you do 1 video a week. But just know that the more content that you put out, the faster you'll reach the watch hours that you need to reach, the subscriber number that you need to reach, all of those things. And just realize that YouTube is not a get-rich-quick thing. Like, I put in a lot of time to get the payout that I've had so far. And so I'm not stopping. Like, I am going to continue to try and find things to share videos about that I think you guys would find interesting, or that I find interesting, that would, help you or entertain you or whatever in some sort of way. So that's number 2. I think this is a universal truth. And it's my tip number 3 is that you can't compare yourself to anybody else, because I mentioned it a little bit ago, but we are all individual people with our own experiences, levels, and backgrounds, and all of that stuff. So I'm someone who has knowledge about how to use Canva. Like, I love creating in Canva. I don't have a problem making my own thumbnails, like for my videos. Someone who doesn't know Canva or is not very good with graphic design is going to struggle with that. And for that tip, I say outsource, or go into Canva and use one of their pre-made templates. They have tons of free templates in there. You can just pop in your information. So you don't have to do super fancy stuff. Things that you're not so good at, outsource. So I guess that's 2 tips. And so that's kind of my tips that I have for you on building a YouTube channel. And like I said, I'm not claiming to be a YouTube guru. There are tons of people out there that are selling courses on how you can build a YouTube channel, and I'm sure they're great courses. So my recommendation on that would be to do your research and make sure that whoever you're buying a course from, make sure you research them and that you watch some of their videos and make sure that they're someone that you will resonate with, that you can trust. And so I wouldn't just blindly go out and buy any course that you see. I would do your research on that person, make sure that you like their teaching style by watching some of their videos, and then watch a lot of people's videos, because you're going to get different things from different people, and then decide, like, if you need one-on-one attention or whatever to help you grow your YouTube channel, then absolutely reach out and purchase a course from them. But I just can't give you that advice because I didn't take a course. Believe me, I've taken a lot of courses in my years in network marketing. So I've got an arsenal of different courses that probably have information in them on building a YouTube channel. But I've kind of just applied some of the concepts that I've taken away from my years past to help me in growing like a business. And I've kind of always just thought of YouTube, this journey on YouTube, as like a business. To grow a business, you need to be sharing things of value. Like, you need to give more value to people who are following you. Then, once they know, like, and trust you, then they'll likely want to like buy from you. Like, that's just like business, like 101, I guess. I don't know. So that is going to do it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Again, this is not my usual content, and this only happens once a month, with where I'm sharing my monthly stats of my channel and how much I've made from YouTube. This is just a monthly occurrence on the first Tuesday of every month. So stick around for more crafting, crochet type content, which we will have on Friday. I have a video coming out on something that you guys have been requesting, in the community, in my crochet community here on YouTube, is how I do the embroidery on my crochet plushies. So I've got a stack of them over there, that either need some eyes refreshed, that need facial details, that need eyes completely embroidered. So I'm gonna do all of that stuff on video and have that for you on Friday. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future content. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, when you're on your YouTube channel. Now I will say that did I already say that? I think I already said that. Okay, never mind. I've been monetized on YouTube in my first 60 I've made over